I think he meant Zach, but Zach, I don't think Zach's coming, right? Oh, okay.
Made some new friends.
Yeah.
Is Sean in a tank top?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
His office gets really, really hot when the windows are shut and all of his lights are on.
Okay.
I would take it.
Sorry, I just had to address this.
It's a good call out.
I have no idea what happened last time. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's see. My notes, as such, are about a half page long.
Wow.
Is that a
So
lot?
yeah, about halfway,
No,
almost
that
halfway
is
through.
not a lot at all.
No, it's not. Compared to some of my other previous notes that are like a page and a half.
Pages.
Yeah. Mort talked with Vincent about our rat problem. The rats have returned the day we got our trap. The trap gets activated. Mort brings a bucket of tar. Mort inputs fear into these halflings. Roscoe
Right,
is the
tar.
boss name.
Ooh,
I don't know
I
what
thought
that
those-
word is.
I don't know what that was. I wonder what word that was.
We're in a tight spot.
Hold on.
That's
Roscoe
awesome.
is the boss name. Oh, halflings work board. Got it. That looks like an F and an L. An ALF. I gotta work on my
Hello
writing.
there.
Okay, English is hard for all of us.
I find out that these halflings are not druids. That they were were-rats. Roscoe looks like another halfling. Lead man goes and brings back Roscoe to our bar. They call themselves the Shard Runners. Emphasis on the D. And that's all I got.
This is gross.
Going to do.
Yes, Brookie Puppy, that's so gross, isn't it? Yes. He agrees with me.
Talking to Lena like that? Jeez.
No, I would never talk to Elena like that. She'd probably slap me upside my head. What did you just call me? Sad, because I'm not really kidding.
It's funny because it's true. It was one of those situations.
Most definitely should look at me like, who are you talking to? Do I look like an infant?
They just added a soundboard to Discord. I'm just noticing this.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Dad. Oh my god.
I was wondering-
Dad.
Gosh. I was like, where-
I haven't tried it yet. I
Yeah.
saw that was a thing. I was wondering if that was you or my chat. I didn't remember if I had that sound set up or not.
Yep.
This is so great.
Now we're gonna mess with him all night.
Yep.
Oh god.
Well, there you go, Ian. Find some good sounds to add to the soundboard. I don't know what the limits or the rules are, but
I'm sure there'll be some fitting stuff related to the story, hopefully.
Oh,
As a
God.
reminder,
I gotta
time to
jump
take
into
a
mine
shower.
and just.
And then the small child died. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh my god.
Sean goes dark.
Yep, I did. I went there immediately.
Okay. Yes, so all of that happened. The trap, the were-rat, the Mort goes dark
right,
mode and really tries to scare the... Does a very good job of scaring the crap out of them because Mort can't fail that hard.
I'm scared.
Mort mingles, dabbles with trying to make them think he's friendly as he's trying to threaten to murder them. But convinces one of them to go get their boss Roscoe and tries to basically make him a double agent, sort of. Tries to get him to snitch on the Xanathars because they live in their sewers. Or they share the sewers, I guess. Yeah. And that's basically where we wrapped, I think, was just Roscoe was given the thumbs up. Sounds like a plan, and you released everybody, right? Or did we actually get to that step?
Yeah, we let them all go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought we kind of just hand-waved.
We made buddy and chatted it up and basically said allies.
Yep.
More so, you guys work for us now, but allies.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have allies. It's good to have people to lean on and people to get secrets from and to sell secrets to, and building a fine little network of birdies.
Yeah.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
Wow.
Stay calm. Very
You
nice.
guys are gonna have way too much fun with this shit.
I thought it was fitting.
All right, so that was the night. Y'all had some fun. You threatened to murder some folk. You made friends with those same folk, and yeah. We kind of rolled from downtime into this, and now I'm curious if there's anything you all want to do, or what is it that you do after this? You want to have a little chat with each other about what's going on, or are you just going to go to bed and pick it up in the morning?
Actually, Mort would bring something up to them to figure out for him before they left. The protesters out front. Can you look into who is the cause of this? They seem to be targeting one of my group.
You're right there.
Wouldn't I know? Wouldn't I be able to tell him who is my enemy, right? I mean, I think I would know
You know?
my name. I feel like no. See, what I wrote is Serena has a rival for rolling nat 1 on a D100. That is what I wrote. What his name was, if we were given it, I did not write down.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose you would know the name of your family's lifelong priest.
I would assume.
I would hope.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
She's been
let's
calling
see.
him by the wrong name this whole time, and that's
Yeah,
the damn
yeah.
problem.
It's one of those things where it's been so long now you can't say anything about it. Like you've been calling him that for so long.
Yeah. What is their name of the lifelong priest of your family?
oh, do I just make one up? I don't have one.
Yeah.
Didn't know his name.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
How about
Okay.
this? Not what's
Roll
their
for if it's
name is
wrong.
not the question. What were you calling them?
There you go.
Padre Pedro. Because his name was Pedro. And he was my padre. So Padre Pedro.
So is that his name and his title? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, that's the name and the title. There you go.
Thank God that's what he went into doing.
Right? Although I've known a few Pedros, eh? It's Peter in Spanish.
Okay, that's fair.
Gaines' arrival. Padre Pedro. All right. Now, I guess since we're doing that, what's the name of the priest or temple individual that you gained favor with the next rest period when you went to the Fantasy UU church and you made a friend?
Moonbeam.
Say that one again.
Just Madam Moonbeam. Or
Madam Moonbeam. No, that's it. Madam Moonbeam. All right. It's locked in forever. Okay. We've got some fantastic names there. Okay. So and then for my own enlightenment, because I definitely remember everything about my own storytelling, there were people boycotting or protesting after that priestly event.
Yeah, you said they were outside the bar. That was the reason why my birdies did so poorly.
Gotcha.
Because drinking is a sin, I'm sure.
I don't
No,
know.
they were boycotting you.
Oh, yeah, it's because drinking with Serena is a sin, I'm sure. There we go. That's better.
Hello.
It's hello.
Oh. Hello? Like that?
I think he's wrapping Cookie Cat in the shower. Cookie Cat. I can just hear him.
Okay. So yes, that is maybe then the answer to Mort's question of who is harassing outside the bar, and they may have been very enthusiastic about it the first day or two, and then they occasionally showed up a little bit here and there. I think they've kind of tapered off at this point because it only goes so far. She may have made an enemy and a rival of this priest, but that doesn't mean people are going to sacrifice all their time just to harass her. So they made a show of it and they did a little tampering, but it's dwindling.
Yeah, I'm still giving them that job.
I wrote the wrong protest there. Okay. Anyone else wanting to converse after the night's events of tarring and threatening to burn to death, and rat folk, were-rat discovery?
I think I'd want to ask Mort if he really intended to burn those rats. And try to gauge the sincerity of his answer.
He would just simply look at you and say, "How else do you dispose of vermin?" And turn and walk up the stairs to go to bed.
Go ahead and make a insight check, Carolyn, and deception or performance or whatever appropriate check there to persuasion. Nice. Very nice. Get those out of the way now.
Oh
Yeah.
my fucking god.
Did
I
you roll
am
below a
stubborn.
19? I'm not even gonna roll.
Did you
Yeah.
even see?
I literally can't get lower.
Did you even just look at
Oh,
roll
no,
20?
I see it. I can't roll that low for either of those. Even without the other thing.
Uh-huh. Clearly, I can roll pretty shitty for the two of us. Okay. Oh, Lord.
All right. Where are we here?
There's a teenager wandering around my kitchen.
He's closed. We're good.
I was gonna say, as long as they're closed, that's fine.
Yeah.
That
There's
was
only
funny 'cause
so much you can worry about.
I hear a thump, 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 thump. Good night.
Good night.
Huh.
Isn't very long at all.
Alrighty. Well, y'all take the night then. You imagine how that could have gone very differently. And maybe you would have seen a new side of someone. But you sleep well enough anyway, as adventurers who've seen the horrors of things do. And I don't have enough time or brain power, and I can't find the add button fast enough, so I can't quite add the cool sound effect that would have been fun. But you, having had not too late of a night for this, but a little bit, sleep well and are woken up early. Maybe a little bit before dawn, around dawn, by quite a massive explosion
Oh, shit.
outside the bar.
Ooh.
The windows rattle, and if anybody was awake or semi-conscious at that moment, you would have seen the flare of fire outside your windows. You hear screams in the air, and if you have the wits about you to stand up and try to look out the window for a moment, you can see just a big cloud of smoke billowing out right in front of your back door. We'll say I'll switch to the troll skull. Did I move you? No, of course not. Oh, I did. Look at that. Good me. Good morning. You woke up to an explosion outside of your door.
Yep.
What do you think about that? What are you gonna do about that?
Jump out of bed and
Yep.
see what's going on.
Immediately run down there.
I would not say that would be my first reaction. My first reaction would be jump up, put on my armor, and then go.
Not me. I'm right down there.
You just have leathers. Yours are quick. You kind of just as
Yep.
part of your morning routine.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
I just feel like I would take the time because whatever this is, it's gonna be ugly. So
Mort showing up butt ass naked with just underwear covering the front. They don't actually, it's like a loincloth almost, except for it's just barely there.
fucking Halimir is sleeping through this shit.
Yep.
Yep. He
Top of
stayed
the
up
house. He's
and
Mm-hmm.
legitimately.
Actually, that kind of fits. Doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, so you kind of look out the back and you see kind of exactly what you'd expect. It's not so early that nobody is out and about. And, I mean, unfortunately, peeking out the back door, you do see crispy bodies
Oh, Jesus.
in the alley. It's early enough, like I said, it's not that early, but it's not too late. It's shopping for your early birds, and certainly, you know, kids who wake up too early get kicked out and go play and go have some fun and never come home again. You see, I mean,
Hey.
looking out without digging into it yet, you see bodies, you see flames, but nothing, no buildings are on fire.
Okay.
And
Anybody
bodies,
look like they could still be alive, like respiratory problems, breathing, dying in the process?
make a perception check.
Closed it. Let me open it. And 9.
I mean, there's one or two people kind of at the fringes that are kind of, you can't tell from the door, from your back door necessarily if they're dealing with the physical ramifications or the mental ramifications, if they're kind of in shock or struggling to breathe from smoke.
Fair. Mort will look at them and say, calm down, and cast Healing Word at them.
Nice.
Let me yell at you as I make you feel better.
Yeah.
Make you feel mentally worse while you feel physically better. Excellent.
If I can get the second one.
Yeah, I mean, you functionally, randos on the street tend to have a few hit points at most, right? I think 4, maybe 6 if they're beefy. So yeah, 9, 6, whatever. Any physical damages they have been dealt with. Psychological damage still there, very much. So you get no words out of these two as they are just sitting
And I'll
staring.
look to the others and say, search the other bodies, see if anybody else can be revived.
Okay, I will search. I'll do what he said.
Same. I'll go out in the alleyway and search bodies.
Okay, medicine checks. Because no one's good at medicine checks.
Okay.
Holy crap!
Nope.
Take that back.
I think this used to be a body.
For some of them, yeah. Any spellcasters, you can make an Arcana check or whatever your primary, spellcasting check. If it's not intelligence.
Maybe I can rub my elbows on him.
Nice. Despite all your knowledge, Mort, you really have no idea. There was a fireball, an explosion of some sort, and you don't know what the source was. There's no tingling, like it's not a campfire. Roselle, 16. You're playing from a different field, coming in from the druid side, but you can be reasonably confident that this was magic. There was some sort of spell cast or something in there. It wasn't a natural fire.
I'm awake. Jesus, guys.
God.
With your medicine check, Roselle, you are able to confirm that there are 11 dead people on the ground.
Jesus.
There's 2 people that are physically fine and healed up, kind of at the periphery. And certainly a lot of people, it was early, it wasn't prime time shopping, but there was still plenty of people around. Some of them have fled. Clearly some people are not cool with this and want nothing to do with a fireball explosion in the middle of the day. And didn't stick around, but there are some who are traumatized and some who are gawking. And Carolyn, what was that investigation?
Oh, I was just checking out to the area to see if I could figure out what happened.
Gotcha.
Because I was coming late to the party, but
Yep.
I figure I'm looking around going, ooh, there's dead people.
Yeah, and there's dead people indeed. 11 corpses on the ground. Roselle, as your... No, that was a medicine check, not an investigation necessarily. Why don't you also make an investigation check at the same time, Sean? You too, since you were in on that, even though you didn't roll terribly well.
Yep.
24 kind of compensated for you.
Sorry, it was between investigation. What was the other option?
Nope, it was just investigation.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Okay, I misheard.
Straight. Nope.
I misheard.
Yep.
He
Okay.
was hoping for something else.
I kind of was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm right there with you. But no, when you're up there in the thick of it with your hands and looking and Yeah, so not, I mean, a little rough there, but as you're, why don't we do this? As you two, and maybe three, as Carol, as Serena swings in after a minute, Mort, what else are you doing while they check the corpses?
Can I see if there's any of our other neighbors out?
Yep.
Besides all the
Yep,
corpses?
absolutely. This was not a quiet thing. Your neighbors, and if I do this, that's about the size of the devastation,
Got it.
just for context. I should have made that transparent. So yeah, kind of right up against the side of your building right there. Hit a big gap, kind of right up against T4. That's the herbalist. So yeah, you definitely see her. That's I think that's Fala. I have to double check. Yeah, T4 Fala of the Coralon's Crown. She's watching, curious and horrified.
I'd immediately start walking to her.
Perfect. While this is happening, so after you make your way downstairs and start checking bodies and you're looking around to see who's there, you can start to hear footsteps running up in a somewhat organized fashion. So you figure the watch is closing in.
I would try and bring at least one of the people with as well over to her place.
One of which people?
The people that got healed.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Do you wanna usher her back into her business or keep her on the street side?
Actually, I was going to ask her if she had something that was able to help calm them down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I'm in a vocal thing here. I didn't give her a voice. You must not have stopped in. But yeah, she absolutely has some herbs that will calm you down, right, Carolyn?
Oh, yeah.
Given in appropriately small doses, able to, it's her shop. She knows it well, but it still takes a minute in her, shell-shocked state. She steps into her shop and comes out a minute later with a small bag, some herbs and whatnot that maybe a completed, I'm not going to say a potion, like not a proper potion, but more of an alchemical mixture that may or may not actually do anything, maybe a little alternative medicine. But yeah, so you're able to convince her to go get some things to help everybody chill out a little bit. Do you want to have her distribute some of that, or?
To the two people, yeah. Like these two, I was able to heal their wounds, but they seem to be still a little frazzled. I think all of us could use with some information as to what happened back here. Especially since the watch is on its way.
Yes. Yeah, she's able to help everybody imbibe. One of the two that you healed was a little preteen, maybe 10, 12, something like that. They are very traumatized and
sad.
very eager to, well, not eager, very, very. They're tuned out, right? They just saw some really deep stuff. They just do what they're told. They're in autopilot. And then you also have kind of a wealthier woman who was was there as well. And again, not used to the horrors of death and destruction, and eagerly drinks down some potion to try to settle her nerves and calm her down a little bit. So, and then I guess Fala probably snuck herself a little bit something there as well. Jumping scenes back to Roselle and Day and Serena checking out the bodies.
Yep.
Like I said, there's 11 corpses. You figure most of them are adults, but let's see, with a 24 medicine? Yeah, you've got an older human, female, a couple of kind of middle-aged humans who were wearing armor, and they had long swords sheathed in their belts. A couple of female humans and a male half-elf. There is a gnome body clutching a dagger and wearing a cloak, and 2 female halflings and 2 male halflings. That looks, there's a friggin' flute, next to one of them, and a fiddle. They were just kind of goofing around in the alley and not expecting that.
Got it.
Can I take a
So a
closer
very-
look at that dagger that you said that one of them was clutching? See if there's anything special
Mhm.
about it.
The gnome was.
Yep,
Yeah.
The gnome has a dagger. You can definitely pick that up.
Yep. Does it look anything special about it? Is it just a regular dagger? Maybe I don't know.
Scanning things here, as far as I can tell. Why don't you make another investigation check since you're specifically looking at the dagger?
Yep. I'm so good at this. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm really good at this.
Was that a double click
Jeez.
or was that a...
No,
That's a
the
0.
10 is from last time.
Gotcha. Yeah, the timestamps don't always carry. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a pretty boring dagger.
Cool.
You're not really able to connect any dots on that.
Okay.
You gonna put it in your pocket?
Yeah, I'll hold on to it.
You're like, meh, this looks boring. Okay.
I mean, another weapon's another weapon.
Roselle, why don't you make an investigation check as well? Wait, you did right there. You did a 12 and a...
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
she did, yeah.
Well, even with that, with the 16, you're kind of working in tandem as you're both there. You're you can both hear the watch approaching. We're kind of syncing up our 2 time frames here. You can hear, I don't know, maybe they're like old constables in England, and there's frickin' they're blowing a whistle as they come running in. You figure you've got a moment left too to just try to figure anything out or look any deeper before you're probably going to get kicked out of here. Is there any last thing you'd like to try to look for while you're amongst them, or just take a general look around at all of them again?
Probably just a general look around all of them, so we're not getting caught up with the watch.
Since I'm not having any luck investigating the actual bodies, can I maybe start asking the neighbors if they saw anything?
Mm-hmm. Yep, yeah, you can step away from the pile of corpses and kind of work your way towards Mort a little bit. You can see is kind of shepherding people a little bit away from this and setting them down and trying to calm them down. Roselle with the 16 and that medicine check, you can recall that one of the dead humans had a tattoo on his right forearm in the shape of a black winged snake.
Yeah.
The gnome, their boots and cloak were dirty, like beyond the charring, because it's kind of a flash burn that happens. Beyond that, you can see that they're covered in just general filth. Filth that you are unfortunately familiar with as just general sewer waste, sewer goodness. So that's a visual and maybe a smell etched in your brain.
Yummy.
They also, the gnome that is, have a pouch on their belt.
Ooh, can I take the pouch?
Yep. You can grab the pouch. If you'd like, you can make a sleight of hand check to do it less obviously. The watch isn't here, but there's still onlookers and other people. That's fine. You got a 5. All right.
Step on the corpse.
Yep. Yep. It happens. All right. So yeah, about that time, the watch just comes running in. There's quite a number of them. At least a couple dozen. They kind of converge at the doorway, and they start making their way in, kind of on all the alleys. They post up at all the main entrances and exits to the alley. 5 or 6 at each door. About the same, kind of creating a bit of a perimeter around the zone, the death zone. And you can kind of easily pick out that there's a superior officer, a sergeant or something, who's kind of shoveling the other ones around. All right, you go, you guard that door. Nobody comes over here. Get everybody away. Back everybody up. Sending people, squad here, creating a perimeter, settling everybody down. And yeah, they maybe a little. No, I don't think they're going to be rough, but they get you, away from the corpses as a result, because they see you're there, you're looking at them. But generally they just push you away, firmly, but not roughly. They're not being mean about it.
Got it.
And at about the same time, you actually see one of the Griffin cavalry riders up above. They were attracted from their kind of patrol from that giant fireball smoke plume that popped up there, and they're just kind of doing a low circle around the area, just watching people, watching doors, kind of making sure things are set up right over there. Eyes in the sky. Going down, back and forth, looking for suspicious activity. Actually, too, with that 16, you did also notice one strange thing. The scorch marks on the ground and around all this. You've been stepping in there a little bit, but it looks like there was almost an empty space, as if somebody got caught in the blast and kind of absorbed some of that char that didn't hit the ground. And then, but there's nobody there. There's an empty space, a gap between all of these corpses.
Someone survived.
So as they kind of push you out of the way, and at about the same time, Mort is trying to gather a few of the survivors off closer to spot 4 there. Until he comes back, we can delay his part of it. But about 10 minutes later, as you all are off to the side, maybe conversing with the other survivors, with the witnesses.
Witnesses, question the witnesses.
Yes. Two. Let's see. What is it? A sergeant and a sergeant and a member of the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors. So kind of a detective situation, a detective and you know, I'm thinking all the TV shows where they have an outside consultant, right?
Yep.
Whatever, I mean, I can't even name a show because it's every show. It's every cop show. So you're kind of getting the vibe that there's police and a very well-established consultant arrive and start chatting with the original sergeant who was there and the soldiers to try to get a situation, to figure out what they know, what they've done, what they've seen. And they start kind of a knocking campaign of now they're going to start looking out for people and finding people to question and try to dig in a little bit.
Would begin to approach them.
Oh, you're back. Welcome.
Yeah. Sorry, just noise cut out for a moment.
Yep. Let's see.
We've managed to save 2 of the individuals. We could not save the rest. As I sit there in basically my underwear.
Probably at some point in there, somebody would have brought you a blanket. Maybe not proper clothes, but somebody would have thought,
See that
this
big guy
person
with
survived and they need to be covered up. Whether you wear it properly or not, that's up to you, but you've been offered some sort of half-decent
Mort would wrap up, but
all right.
The one butt cheek isn't hanging out anymore.
I do not know if you wish to question them or not. We are doing our best to try and recover them and calm them down. My name is Mort Usambulans, one of the proprietors of the Troll Skull Manor. We're working together.
Says that's anonymous, but I feel like I know who did
Oh man,
that.
I spaced her name. Fana?
I feel like that was old Pink. Or
There.
Murph, excuse me, Murph.
We're working with Fala. She owns the herbalist shop right behind us.
Well, that is absolutely wonderful, citizen, but please leave the investigations to us.
No interest in the investigation. We just simply wish to let you know that there are survivors, and we're doing our best to try and get them able to talk to you. At present, we haven't been able to get them to talk at all. We did, however, save their lives.
And why don't we do, before we go too far down this road, let's do a little flashback, because it took these two about 10-15 minutes to get here. So you would have had time between the watch showing up and these guys showing up to chat a little bit with Fala and the witness, the other two.
And get some actual
discreetly, you know, kind of on the side. The first round of city watchers there are mostly just to contain the area.
That'd definitely be a good item,
and
Murph.
You know, check for any quick survivors.
In fact, I think the
so once they
Rick
did that,
and Morty
they kind of just
box I have to
around,
use
and
has something
you
like
would have-
that in it
you would have
at
a
some
good
point.
5-10 minutes to chat with Fala and the other two.
Are you okay?
Fala, we'll start with Fala. Fala, She's good. I'm fine. I was watering plants up on second floor, and there was an explosion. I mean, I'm standing in a greenhouse, right? I could easily see the explosion. The fireball is very big, poof and then the smoke, and then breathe, calm. I wasn't injured. A lot of my glass is broken. That's not good. I don't like that. But I did see after the explosion that one of them got up and took something from a body. He was rummaging. Might have been, and they're kind of looking around. And I think it was from the gnome. I think the gnome had something, and they took it off the gnome, and then they ran down the alley. They looked pretty burnt up. I mean, I was up on the second floor. I can't see too well, but nobody looks like that normally during the day. So, I don't know if you can track them or anything, but they might not be moving too effectively. They might be leaving some blood trails or burning, scorched dirt behind them. I don't know. It's not my thing.
Burning, scorched dirt behind them. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be
I love
helpful.
dirt a lot. That's why I was up in the greenhouse.
Got it.
Good to know. I'll see if Halomir can track them. I know that he likes to go hunting on occasion.
What's up, Caitlin? How you doing? Thanks for hanging out.
A person in the city.
Good to see you. How's your Monday going? Well,
Yeah,
Tuesday. How's your Tuesday
that's
going, I guess?
great. I'll let the watch know when they. I'm guessing they'll ask me some questions eventually, but
I would hope so. I would hate to think that our law enforcement would just turn their eye to such a blatant disregard for the public safety.
yeah, clearly that's a problem. You can't just go throwing fireballs around here. People gonna die. People do die.
As evidenced. Anyway, let's check on these two, see if we can get them to talk, their names, anything useful.
Well, let's see. You set Fala down, and she just kind of huddles into a chair that she had there, and you work your way over to the next one in line, who's identifies themselves as Jezreen.
That sounds good, Caitlin. I'm glad you're doing that. Get some rest.
I don't know.
Much earned rest, I'm sure.
Jezryn. Jezreen, doesn't matter. They are dressed in a very nice way. Definitely not your run-of-the-mill garb. This person is probably fairly well off. And, I mean, at this point, I'm not even going to bother with persuasion checks because you've got minimum, 19 or something. But she talks about, rambles on for a few minutes. Actually, she was just visiting Vincent over at the Tiger's Eye, and I was over there to have Tail, my husband. I don't know if they're being faithful anymore, and I can't have that. That's bad for the reputation, that's bad for the family. I gotta figure that out, I gotta know. But then all of a sudden, boom, there was an explosion, there was fire in my face, and all those dead bodies. Does that happen around here often?
Not that I have been made privy to. This is a first for me.
That's the first for me, too.
But I am happy that we were able to get you back to normal health. Hopefully the tea that she's provided for you has helped calm your nerves as well.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. I'll have to swing by here after I
Nice one,
catch my
Murph.
breath and calm
Nice
the
one.
nerves
No
more
more.
to see if I can
No
buy
more.
some of this. This might be a real fantastic fantastic brew. But Yeah, I did see something. I mean, just as I'm kind of thinking about this and sipping on this wonderful concoction, there was something that uh I don't know what it was. It was kind of shaped like a person up on the rooftop. It is kind of like a puppet, like a puppet, and you hold the strings and whatnot. But there was no strings, and it was full size person.
Moving as though it were a marionette.
Yeah, but with no strings and moving all about its own way. And I think it tossed something. I mean, it was just a flash, right? You're walking. I was distracted, certainly talking to Vincent. And then all of a sudden, oh, there's this little shadow, and then boom. So I think they threw something, and maybe that caused the explosion, or maybe that scared somebody and somebody else made an explosion. Maybe they were just waving their hands. I don't know, but I mean, by the time I focused again, I was kind of sitting over here sipping on some tea, so I don't know what happened to him, but and then everybody burned.
Very
They
good.
burned alive. Are they gonna be okay?
My compatriots stated that they were beyond my care. Hopefully the city has something.
Oh, I should get something for that. Is there something we can do for that? I mean, she just kind of starts rambling off to herself and like thinking about life insurance policies now and like resurrection and
Sorry, guys. Didn't
rich
do that.
people problems.
Your
As
husband.
she gets a little too deep in the tea.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, last one that you managed to heal, and my words are just not there tonight. The last survivor, sitting off in a corner. You had definitely kind of wrangled everybody together, but after they got some tea, they kind of ran off again. This was the kid. Definitely still has some scorch marks on them. They were right there at the edge of the blast. So it's kind of one of those terrible situations where magic is cool because it happens in a specific sphere, right? And it stopped. Like it just started to get him right in the face, and like his nose and face is a little burnt up, a little crisped. But significant mental trauma for this poor kid as he watched his friends burn to death right in front of his face.
Are you okay? I see you still have some smudge on you, and I'll press the digitation and clean.
And I don't know that the average person necessarily knows what anyone's doing when they're casting magic at them.
Oh my god.
But I think you kind of freak the kid out a little bit, and they, as you're, I don't know, I can look up what prestidigitation is for. It is verbal and somatic. So you start saying some words and you move in your hands in a fun way, and the kid can just kind of see a little bit of sparkle magic going on and just freaks and runs. Not far, but I'm going to delete this giant red circle anyway. That was fun. If you were working with them in front of here, I think they just kind of run deeper into the alley, just out of line of sight of this mayhem that's happening. So you can easily follow them.
It's okay. You can come out. That was a cleaning spell to help clean you up a little bit. The other I gave you was the one that saved your life.
Thanks, mister. I guess.
What's your name?
I'm Martin.
What are you doing here at this time of night?
It's early in the morning, mister. But I was just playing. I was playing with my friends. We were playing a little music and dancing.
sorry that you have gone through this. Perhaps the City Watch will be able to figure out what happened. Unless you know.
Oh, I was just playing with my friends, and then all of a sudden they were dead. There was fire, and now they're dead.
You know,
He starts just kind of.
your kind are supposed to be off limits.
My kind? What do you mean, my kind?
Children. No harm should ever come to a child. I'm sorry
I
for
don't
your
know, man.
friends. If there's anything that you can think that you need during this period, please feel free to stop by Trosco Manor. I will do what we can, although it may not be much. And I'll turn and I'll say, it would be better if you stayed with Madame Fava. She will take care of you.
I mean, are you saying I can't go home to my parents?
You should probably wait until the City Watch has talked to you. They should
Okay.
be a better escort than anyone else.
Okay. What do I tell them? Do I tell them everything I saw?
Yes. Hold nothing back.
Wait, can you tell them about this? I don't want to talk about it again.
I was not there. I simply woke up to this. You can tell I'm not dressed very well. I'll take that blanket from somebody.
So as you kind of walk away, the kiddo, what about the thing?
Oh,
Do you need to know about the thing?
As this kid is clearly trying to spill his guts to Mort, Serena will try and go up and charm him and find out what he's trying to tell Mort.
There was a.
What
You
he
want to?
saw.
Are you casting something, or are you?
No, I'm just going to be my charming self.
Gotcha. There was. I mean, that was horrible, and sort of going through it again. I don't want to talk about it all, but if it helps, there was a sound. I ran and I hid behind the barrel over here. Yeah. And then there was a plop and a splash, and some clomping on the roofs over there. But I heard the splash afterwards, and in the rain barrel there was this. And he kind of holds from in his pocket, pulls out a necklace that's got a couple of. It's mostly just a nice kind of chain, but there's two balls on the necklace, kind of cool little red spheres.
Can I see that?
I don't know what this is. There's just something that wasn't supposed to be there. It's in a rain barrel. That's not where things are supposed to be, and it just kind of looked cool. So I was gonna keep it, but I don't know. Do you need this? Is this part of this? Will this help solve? Will this help solve the crime, the murder?
I think this will help figure out what happened. Can I take
Okay.
this with me?
Yeah, I guess so.
I will pocket the thing he just gave me and try to look at it later without so many people around.
Good. Well, yeah,
Anybody
and
else
about.
wanna pump the
Sorry?
teenager for? Does anybody else want to pump the teenager for more information or ask a better question than I?
I am gonna walk up, and I have a marked deck of cards, and I just want to do a card trick for him to try to raise his spirits a little bit, and try to get him out of this traumatic
Cool.
episode.
Cool, mister. You got some cards. Are you gonna do a trick? Do we get to bet on this?
No, I'm just, I'm trying to get your mind off of it and show you this cool trick I know.
Cool. Show me this cool trick. I need distractions. I've been through something traumatic, they say.
That's what I'm going for.
I don't know who this
mean,
they is, but
A deck of
they say.
cards kind of works like a tool proficiency if you have proficiency with.
I'm assuming it'd be a sleight of hand check of some kind, or something like that.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
That kind of assumes the same proficiency.
Dirty,
and everything.
dirty
Yeah.
20.
Dirty Sean.
Okay.
While this kid has been trying to spill his guts to everybody else, Mort is now looking at him, trying to figure out if he is in any way, shape, or form involved.
Ooh,
He's trying to
dark.
spill his guts to you.
Could be
You were
distraction.
walking away from him.
I'm distracting him. He doesn't think we're looking at him now.
Rolling. Okay. Yeah, I would say with an 18 against a preteen, you can be reasonably certain that they are not they're not lying or misleading. They are genuinely traumatized by the loss of 4 of their friends in front of their face, and
Go grab a beer, 'cause
Seven
what a
others.
way to spend the day that we can
Yeah,
say
I'd
it's
start heading
raining
to Vincent.
pineapples again.
and that's probably about when the detectives come in. And I will just put this image in the chat just so you have a visual of what they. Oh, I didn't do the picture. It did. Oh, there you go.
The last thing I want to ask him before they haul him away, or
Yeah.
before these guys walk up, is I just, after I'm done with my trick and he's kind of distracted a little bit, I just want to say my last question for you is, did you see anybody that probably shouldn't have been here while you guys were playing? Was there somebody here before the explosion that you may have noticed?
I mean, nothing specific. There's always people. We've kind of just learned not to look too hard at people because we're trying to, help people buy stuff. We want to make this look like a friendly neighborhood. That's what the parents always say, is if we can be cute, maybe people will buy more. But yeah, I don't know. That gnome was moving kind of fast. Looked like maybe there were people following him, but maybe they were just going to the bar. I don't know. But then everybody died. Do another magic trick.
Stories are gonna end with, and then everybody died for a while.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go, bud. It looks like they're
another
gonna want to talk
magic
to you.
trick.
They're
I'm
gonna
so
want to talk to you. I'm sorry, bud.
All my friends just died. I need a distraction.
See Vincent?
Go ahead.
Vincent's in the shop.
He is in his shop.
Well, I'll say you don't see Vincent standing around.
I'm gonna
Not
point.
loitering in the street.
I'm gonna go. Oh look, the city guard's coming, and then I'm gonna stealth away while he's looking away.
Wow.
Batman.
That's my last magic trick.
Oh.
Make a stealth check.
Oh God! Of course. Of
I was
course.
gonna joke and say I hope you get a nat 1, but
You thought it, and that
yeah,
was enough,
so-
you son of a bitch.
When
Nice.
the magical fanboy tries to be Batman, and he keeps fucking up everything, you just tried to do that walking into the wind shit.
Either the kid didn't even look, or I tripped before he could turn around. I don't know. I did something stupid.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Over one of the
you're
other
in a little
corpses.
nook behind the thing. I think that was just a classic. Hey, look over there, and you kind of walk behind you before you see, and you just catch the corner of the building.
Great. I'm glad that worked so well.
Yikes.
Supposed to be good at that.
All right. We'll come right back to Saith and Barnabas in just a moment.
Okay.
Quick bio break, because I gotta do that.
Good.
Sounds good. Woo-woo. Getting back more, guys, so if I start snoring, just poke me with a sharp stick.
Thank you for the biddies, Pesky. I just realized I didn't shout you out for that. I
We'll
really
have to bring
appreciate
that
it.
into the Discord.
We can record it and make that one of our Discord soundboard sounds.
Oh my god.
There you go. Just do that, and that'll wake her up.
Oh, fuck, I should hope so.
Or it'll be even funnier if it doesn't.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
There's so many options, but you
I
have to
know.
keep it under 5.2 seconds.
I know.
You already know how long it's supposed to be.
Well, I complained I was going to upload the wolf whistle.
Oh.
That's over 5 seconds long?
Apparently it's 10.6 seconds.
Jeez.
Which wolf whistle were you trying to do?
The death one.
Oh, that's why. That's a really long one.
Yeah. They're all things they like to hide behind their subscription. They probably can do like 10-second long ones if you have their Nitro subscriptions or something.
Exactly.
Nitro Bass Boosted Ultra.
Yeah. All right. So, there was a explosion, and
There was a splooge.
there was a explosion, there was some death, there was some survivors that you had to chat with. The City Watch is now on the scene, and the detective, the sergeant, and the other one are on site and ready to take over the investigation.
Well, we're business owners, so shouldn't we be pissed off when somebody blew up our fucking building? Right? The one that we just got fixed up and repaired and shit? And who's gonna pay for this?
Good
That's
question.
A very good question.
Like, I think as they arrive, they kind of they get quickly briefed by the sergeant on site, and they begin to kind of systematically try to, did you see anything? Did you hear anything? They try to get rid of people who are just gawking, and anyone who didn't witness the actual event, they're trying to send back to their home. So they get to, well, not smack himself in the face, Damaris, but I think they get to Serena or Mort, maybe, as Mort turns and heads first away from the three that you know of. You meet Barnabas and Seth. And I think Sergeant Seth Cromley, hello, what are you doing here? Did you see what happened, or are you just gawking?
Neither. I was a first responder in the sense of saving those two individuals, as I informed your colleagues. But they told me to stop investigating something I was not investigating. I had simply gone over to inform them that we had saved their lives. They were with Madame Feller, who owns the business across the way. She was trying to calm them down so that they would be able to communicate. They were a little frazzled.
Okay. Well, thank you. We'll take it from here. Did okay, I don't like necessarily talking secondhand when I can just go talk firsthand with them, but... Wait, you said you're a business owner? You said you're from here? You're first
Yes.
responder?
I responded first to try and save lives. As you can tell, I'm not dressed for this. I was in the middle of a nap.
Yes. Well, why don't we accompany you back to your place? If you're so close, let's just go there and have a quick conversation.
Sure. Troll Skull Manor is right here. We can go right inside.
Oh, perfect. Step
Oh.
on in. Let's.
Do I trust them?
I don't know. Do
They
you trust the city
are-
watch?
I mean, they're pretty clearly law enforcement,
Yeah.
right? They're respected by the not the military, but the city guard, the city watch, and they've got a lot more kind of decoration and just an air of authority around them. I think with a 13, you definitely do.
Okay. In we go. Bring them
All
right
right.
in.
And do you run this establishment by yourself, or were there other first responders from your bar, your tavern?
I believe your colleagues are talking to the others.
Oh, perfect. Well, come on, all of you who belong to this, well, not belong to this one, but you all going back to the same spot. Let's go, all of you. Come on.
I'm gonna walk the opposite direction and pretend he's not talking to me.
Okay. Make a cool check.
All right.
Vibe check.
I don't have to.
Um,
I'm just. Probably some sort of deception, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, we could go with a deception, performance, that sort of.
And as you walk in the door,
yeah.
there's a giant picture of all of us hanging
Yeah,
out.
a group photo on the day we moved. Okay, well, that didn't work.
Yep. No. Yep. All of you. Yep. Please. You. Keep. Yep. You. Yep. Okay, come on.
Moi?
Yep. It looked like you started walking when we talked about Troll Skull. Come on. You're coming with us over here, back home.
Yeah, all right. Yep, okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
Keep those rolls
Give up.
coming. Story gets better every time.
And then let's see. So how's this working? Is he like telling us to come in and he's like standing waiting for all of us to go, or like what's the?
Yep. I
Is
mean,
he-
the Troll Skull Alley here, right? The alley's what, 20 feet wide there, so it's not like you have a lot of room to go. You have corpses that are kind of cordoned off.
Yep.
Your back entrance is pretty much just closed off at this point because, bodies and crime scene and all that.
Yep.
So don't try to go into that spot. They'll walk you kind of a long way around
Yep.
to the side or the main door,
Yep.
and try to bring everybody in that way. Is anyone else going to try to evade them?
Yeah, he knows what I look like now. I'm just gonna go.
Willfully not here.
I mean, hey, you wild shape into a wolf, nobody's going to know you.
That's true.
Just if you can do it quietly.
I'll stand out more if I decide not to than if I. So go ahead.
No, I'll go willingly. I'll follow.
What's up, Mr. Diesel Army 420? What's up, man?
Should we also
Saw you in
bring
Pesky's chat the other day. How are you doing? Welcome in. We're just playing a little
available
D&D
to
tonight.
Coordinate for when we began.
Thanks,
working
Pesky,
with
for giving
those
that shout out.
people.
Appreciate you.
Well, that's fantastic. We'll talk to Fala here right after this. She looks pretty calm over there. Maybe she needs a minute of fresh air to kind of revive herself.
I'm doing all right.
You city what? Yes, I don't know your name. Go talk to her. Just settle her down. We don't want her drinking too much before we talk to her more. She can do whatever she wants afterwards. Just stop her from forgetting everything. And they kind of shove one of them at Fala, and then continue to walk back in and head inside with y'all. And without going too deep into that, I mean, I think they're going to get you in there, and okay. What did you see? What happened? I know you weren't necessarily witnesses directly of it, but you were here, and we need to know what happened. We need to do some digging to solve this mystery. Why was there a friggin' explosion?
That's a good question that when this is all over, you will have to tell us the answer to. But as far as what we saw, or at least what I saw, I simply was woken up out of my sleep, looked out of my window. As you could see, I could see the back area. There was fire. I rushed down, mostly naked, and I'll drop the blanket and show that I'm basically in like a loincloth, my ass just out in the wind. I revived the two individuals that were down there. We escorted them over to Follows, so that she could attempt to calm them as they were rattled from this. After that, they began talking to me, trying to tell me things, and I simply said, I am not the City Watch.
And you're not.
No, and I appreciate that fact.
I bet you do. Well, what did they try to say? Did they have anything interesting, or were they kind of were they just rambling? Or
the lady said that she was talking to a gentleman down the street, a detective, in regards to her cheating husband, and the child said that he was playing with his friends, and then began trying to continue talking, and I told him he needed to talk to you guys.
Okay. Fantastic. Good
He asked
job.
me what he should say. I said, tell the truth and all of it.
All right. Okay. Why don't we do this and have you make, I'm going to say, a deception check.
That's exactly what they told me.
You didn't stop them from talking. You encouraged them to talk. You didn't tell them to stop and to wait and tell the truth to the authorities.
I walked away from the kid.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Like, I'm not lying. That is what they did. I'm not really leaving anything out. I'll give you the deception, though.
I mean, deception is deception one of your
Yeah,
minimum
it's deception
19s?
and perception. Deception 17.
Oh, going back on the road, Diesel? Yeah, how long's your trip?
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. This one doesn't have that stat, so it's not going to be very good. That one, okay. All right. And, well, I mean, that all seems fine and good. You just kind of got out there, you saved a few lives, and you're just fine, upstanding citizens. Well, that's wonderful.
I'd like to, at some point, I would butt in and tell them that as we were helping and searching for anyone else who could possibly be alive, I want to mention that those scorch marks in a spot where it looked like somebody could have been standing.
Oh, so you went in amongst the bodies.
I did tell them to go look for any other possible survivors that we might be able to save, yes.
Good, good.
We understand that that may disrupt the crime scene, but the loss of life would be worse.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that is a long trip, Diesel. Holy cow.
There was some charring.
That's crazy.
There was a...
Yeah, some scorch marks around the area, and there's like just like a blank section that kind of was untouched. Like someone was like maybe laying there, standing there.
So you think somebody got up?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Maybe they were the target and they were more prepared, or maybe they were just lucky and didn't quite take
Sorry
the
to
full
hear
force
that,
of the
Diesel.
explosion.
That's a
But either way,
bummer,
they
man.
got up
Ones
and
who
ran.
caused
That
it.
Feel bad
doesn't
for you.
that doesn't bode well if they fled. Okay. And you didn't see this. You didn't see which way they ran, right?
No, I just saw the markings. I didn't see anybody get up.
Okay. Let me make sure. I mean, I had a few minutes out there just to kind of see what I saw.
Mhm.
And based on what I saw and what you've told me, this seems like it maybe wasn't an accident. Do you think somebody was targeted out here? Or was somebody trying to sow chaos in the city?
Hard to know for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I suppose that's the bright side, Diesel. At least it's shorter than you're used to, but that's
It would
Yeah.
not be our place to
That's a
say
lot,
that
man.
type of thing. We are, as you put it, good citizens.
Well, sure, but you seem to have at least jumped in briefly and tried to assess the situation. Sometimes insight would come just accidentally, even if you weren't, just trying to investigate of your own. Well, this will certainly be a problem. Whatever the reason, whatever the cause, we can't have
Yeah. No matter where you go,
explosions and
Twitch will follow you.
bodies just around here. So we're
You
gonna
always
need
got somebody
to
to hang out with in a stream, I
kind
suppose,
of
huh?
keep this place closed off, pretty much the whole alley until we can finish investigations and look around as much as we can. And I mean,
Are you saying our place of business will not be able to open?
That's what I was just about to ask.
yeah, for a little bit. I know you have a front door that's off the alley, but it would be too risky to have that many folks here. Somebody could return to the scene, try to disrupt the evidence, try to discourage the investigation. I think we'll just have to close off the alley for a few days here while we do this.
Is the city willing to compensate the businesses in the alley? This is many of our livelihoods.
Well, for sure it is. And I appreciate the dilemma, but investigating the murder, a mass killing event, this is a little bigger than worrying about a few coins over the day. So you could certainly take it up with other people, but I've got to do what's right by the crime and the victims here. So we really just need as much evidence as we can get, as fast as we can get it, and then this place can open back up just fine. Now, let me just be clear. That is not an invitation to investigate on your own. This is a matter for the City Watch, not for private citizens and good citizens such as yourselves. Trust the Watch.
Yes, sir.
I think I will go to my room and get dressed at this point.
That's good. You dropped your towel about 5 minutes ago, and I was wondering what the deal was. If you were just reveling in being, a little bit showy or what, but that sounds like a good idea. You should step up there for a minute.
Mort ain't shy. We know that much.
I'm happy you noticed. And I'll start heading upstairs to change my...
Well, yes. It's too bad that we didn't get a little bit more right off the bat, but we can dig in. We can pry into their minds, and I mean, honestly, at the same time too, it'll be interesting to see what the victims have to say for sure.
Oh.
But okay. Well, you know us, and we'll be out here for a while, so feel free to, if you have any other thoughts or revelations, reach out to us, or we'll be out there trying to solve this. And I don't know, we'll go the whole English constable thing and tip the hat and walk their way out the door.
So we're investigating this, right? Because I just assumed.
You mean they're condescending
Against their
attitude
word.
bothers you in some way?
Oh yeah. I was biting my tongue pretty hard that entire time.
Comes back down
Yeah.
with just shorts on.
What?
Mort comes back down with just shorts on.
Oh.
Well, they did not stay for the remaining part of the show, I see.
It's not
Some fan
much-
art right there.
It's not as much fun to watch you put it on as it is take it off more.
I thought about simply wiggling in front of him. See
Hey,
if
that-
he'd
either that
believe
would've-
that or not.
That might have either been a good bribe or made him leave faster. Either way, it probably would have been a positive result.
Agreed.
I find it hard to believe not a single person saw this guy that did this.
Well, that's not true at all. Several people saw something.
Yeah, but we're not getting anything. Like I don't know what they look like. I don't know nothing.
That's true.
You said you saw those scorch marks. Were they going a certain direction? Like maybe that's a lead.
Would I know if they were going a certain direction, or just they're just kind of everywhere except for that one kind of general spot?
Make a history check and see if you remember. Yeah, I think you were able to tell they went down towards number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The alley that way, and probably they ducked around and
Kind of
you
diesel.
haven't followed.
It's Dungeons and Dragons, so we're doing kind
that would
of a
certainly
role
be
playing game.
Less obvious.
The screen is kind of the
entrance and
map
exit
of
to the
where we're at
alleyway.
in the current moment, and we're all on Discord, just kind of talking about what's going on and role playing. We have to roll
Got it.
dice when we do ability checks and things like that.
So I would say that they would
it's-
be
it's
towards
very
the
much like a
but we didn't get
podcast.
that far to go look further.
with some role play mixed in as well.
Vincent's number 5, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I have to go check on the woman
T2
who...
is the bent nail.
Yep.
Go check on the woman who stated she was getting her husband investigated. I need to go see Vincent to do this. I'll be back. I'll grab like a light shirt and walk out the front door and start heading down.
You know what? Why don't I go with you just as backup?
Much appreciated.
You can do all the talking. I'm just there if things get ugly.
I expect to see your elbows flying if they do.
Oh, don't worry. I've been sharpening them up.
There's this pillar in the bar that's just getting a little bit worn out, and every once in a while you see Damaris just like Muay Thai fighters beating up on a tree, just boom, boom.
Mort would check with Roselle to see if she's got mending.
Not Today, I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, Diesel. It can get pretty
You
fun.
get to switch
You,
it.
yeah, you don't switch up cantrips.
The battle
Oh, yeah, then
sequences
no.
are pretty fun
Don't have that one.
because there's like a turn-based system where that's when
Little
we
by
get to
little,
get
you're gonna take down the
fisticuffs
bar.
going
Everything's
and
gonna fall out one day.
spells and weapons come to play. All that
But yeah,
fun stuff.
head over to Vincent at Tiger's Eye, I want to say.
Just knock on the door. Gently. All sweet like.
Mm. Yeah, it takes a minute, but you hear him at the other side of the door. They're a little wary right now as there was a situation outside, but who's there?
It's Mort. Usambulance.
Mort?
I've also
What's going
brought
on?
Eris with me. Do you mind if we come in?
Yeah, I guess it's better than being out there. One sec. Click, clunk, some slap. Door opens up. They usher you in. They almost close the door. But Damaris, his elbow, pops in the way. Oh, there's more of you. Okay, come. I guess. More. Come on in. Let's go. Come on.
Is there actually
Anybody
a lot
else?
of locks on this door? Like, is it...
Yeah.
You a little worried about crime there?
We live in a nice neighborhood, but there is never too much preparedness for crime and criminals. I have done and seen things that would, mystify the average person, and certainly having a few extra locks on the front door isn't going to stop everybody, but it'll buy me time to get ready for whatever comes through that door.
Fair enough.
We did not see you
Jesus,
after
who's
the
shooting me?
explosion. I figured that you would have been one of the first people to figure out what was going on.
Well,
Won't even tell me.
I was doing a
There
little
goes
preliminary
Pesky.
research for
Using her subscriber
clients.
scare sound to scare the
And,
shit out of all of us.
I get a little bit of tunnel vision when I get down to it, but a large explosion will break you right out of that. So after I tidied up and locked up, I did make my way out there for a moment, but then I saw some other capable individuals handling things.
So far,
City
City
Watch.
seems a little more preoccupied with what we were doing there. I would figure that any business owner would step out to help in this situation. A large
Well-
explosion behind your dwelling would be not enthusiastically supported.
Yeah, Pesky's good about getting those scares,
Certainly
not on just me, but on everyone else listening
everybody
too.
has their skills, and mine are keeping a distance and looking from afar. Keeps you alive longer.
I needed to check with you in regards to the case that you are apparently just accepted, or at least was communicating with a client of yours. The woman.
Sorry.
Well, I don't really talk about the clients and the work that I do. If somebody claims to have work with me, then that's very fun. That's good advertising, but I will neither confirm nor deny that somebody was here moments before.
This is in regards to her ability to stay out of this investigation for the City Watch. We need
Are
to
you-
know.
Hmm?
We simply need to know that this woman's story matches up. And if it doesn't, or I feel that
I'm
it could-
sorry. I'm just confused. I'm lost. Who are you talking about? Whose story
the
are you
rich
trying to?
lady who said that she was here.
I thought she said she was walking with a guy named Victor or something.
Vincent is the
Detective
private eye.
that
Yeah.
she was sicking on her husband.
Oh, I thought you said she was walking with Vincent and then.
I would.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
I
Pesky's
can't
good at
do it
that.
in a quick manner, so I'm just gonna use real people words for it.
Yep.
Mort's gonna basically tell him, like, dude, we have a fucking working arrangement. Get off your shit. Let me know if this chick's real or not.
Just if she was really here.
And is working with him. And what
Gotcha.
if it's in regards to her husband or not. But he wouldn't actually, he would probably say it's in regards to a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to be subtle. I get it. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
just confused. I was like, I don't understand. They were, but then she said she
Mort's
was
words are
walking.
way better than mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I, while they're
Um,
talking, kind of wander around and just look for anything suspicious, I guess?
In his
Yeah.
place of business,
Yep.
there's not a whole lot of walking around to be done. A lot of it is the front end, right? The customer facing section is fairly tight and small. It's very
Okay.
well done with nice furniture and whatnot, but there's not a lot of digging around.
Okay.
If you have something specific you're thinking about, feel free to call it out.
Nope, I was just gonna look around. That's fine.
Okay.
You doing the walk around, look at paintings, and like adjust them slightly. Like, oh shit, I almost broke it.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, why don't you do investigation and perception for wandering around inside and see what you see. Mort, you do have a working relationship with this person, but that's still a big deal for somebody to talk about what their clients are. Why don't you make a... I mean, this is going to be one of your favorites, probably persuasion, just to... 19. Now I gotta get the friggin' no. Well, let me roll a 20 and just see if there's even worth looking up here. Maybe. Where are we here? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Batman.
Yeah. Nope, that didn't do it at all. Roll skull. Come on. Number 5. Oh yeah, that was the right one. Okay. Yeah, I'll for the sake of timing, I think you get an equally well-spoken, they're dealing with a very high charisma individual here as well, but neither confirm nor deny, but if there was somebody in here and somebody was inquiring about their loved one, then yes, maybe that person was in here to asking those questions. Really, circumlocution, talking around but not ever saying it. But
We just did this to get our answer.
Yep. Yeah, you had a lot of back and forth, and friggin' Damaris is loving the artwork and just very distracted with what's going on in there. With a 20 on a perception.
And I believe everything he says.
Yes, they are speaking the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Absolutely. Yeah, Day with a 20. I mean, again, there's not a whole lot to see, but you notice maybe the equivalent of a cigarette with lipstick on it. Like that sort of thing where there's like a real subtle clue that there was somebody else, or there's a second cup and there's lipstick on the cup or something, one of those sorts of
Yeah.
subtle things. So
Signs of a woman being there.
yeah. And not that anybody can't wear lipstick or whatever, but again, you know, tropes, because you gotta.
Yep.
So Vincent, you have a nice interaction with Vincent, talking in circles around each other.
We say thank you, courteously thank him, and then we'd head back. Or at least that's what I would try and do. Damaris, I don't know if you want him for anything.
No, I think you covered it.
Perfect. So you two can head back. The other 3, but really 2 of you for the night. Is there anything you two would be getting into, discussing amongst yourselves? Or are you going to wait for everybody to group back up to discuss what you've heard amongst amongst each other?
Probably wait until they got back. Maybe did some, depending on the time, like a late breakfast, early lunch, snack till they came back.
Nice. We make a little party tray, meats and cheeses.
Charcuterie board.
Yep,
Yeah.
a little brunchootery.
Sounds great.
And maybe at 11 o'clock, maybe we'll wrap there, and then we can restart next time, recapping all of the clues and things you've learned, which will be fantastic for Hollomere as they're just getting up out of bed and stomping down the stairs, wondering what the heck's going on.
Exactly.
Explosion! I thought I dreamed that.
Yeah.
What the hell was that sound?
I think Pesky fell asleep.
Was that supposed to be like a snoring sound?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
I guess I'm just a little slow.
Alright. I'm gonna go to bed then.
yep.
All right.
We'll call it.
We'll call it.
Recap
I don't know
again
how we're
next
gonna
week.
be able to recap this next week though, so pray for
I
us.
took a lot
guys.
of notes. I wrote
Oh,
down notes.
good.
I'll just
So
tell
happy for you.
I'll tell Zach to go watch the recording on my Twitch, and then he'll be all caught up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be even better, yeah.
How many you got in the chat?
How many do I have in the chat? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Not very many tonight. A couple.
Hi, chat.
Usually it's around 5-ish, I'd say, depending. But it's a slow night tonight.
What up, chat?
I think Pesky's one of the 2, so.
What?
But yeah,
Watch yourself.
I'll show him the link and see if he wants to do kind of a skip around and just kind of get an idea of what we did.
Yeah.
Because I
mean,
do have.
Either way, it'll be good for everybody to recap at the beginning of next session anyway, so you can outline what you learned and where you go from there. So
I should get in the habit of watching the things before we go again anyway, so I can remind myself.
Before we all go to May 8th, Sean and I will be coming back from vacation that day, but we don't fly in until 11 o'clock, so we'll be missing that session.
That's
no,
2
no,
weeks.
you're just gonna pay for Wi-Fi on the plane.
Yeah,
And
we'll
you'll
play from the plane.
Right.
On the plane, in the taxi. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Mother's Day anyway. We probably should
Oh yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it?
do something. Yeah.
Yeah,
2
but
weeks.
this is that following Sunday, yeah, the 14th. So,
Okay.
I
Well,
just
we'll-
wanted to throw
we'll-
that out there before we forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, chat says
that'll
hello.
be two.
sounds like somebody needs to run a Mother's Day one shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
There you go. Make the mother do
You're funny. I was thinking, when the hell is Mother's Day again? That was the only thing I
The
think of.
14th.
I really had no idea.
Oh, that's my
kinda
own
sad.
Mother's Day alarm calendar event. There we go. That's why it felt wrong.
So
I have a lot of calendar event reminders for that.
Your wife's running the one shot then?
She might not be opposed.
I almost tried to find an Easter one shot to do with my family on Easter, but I never did.
There's probably a lot of twisted ones.
Yeah.
Where,
Yep.
yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right.
Early
Hit
morning.
the night. We'll recap to next week.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Till next
Night.
week, folks.
Till next week.
Night.
Night, guys.
Night.
Well, chat, thanks for hanging out. Let me go to just chatting for a second. Really appreciate those of you that have been hanging out tonight. Diesel, thanks for hanging out. Hold on, let me flip this camera. This camera's all weird. There we go. That's better. Anyway, thanks for hanging out tonight. Really appreciate it. Diesel, thanks for hanging out and chatting. Glad you got to experience what this is like. We do this every Monday at approximately 9 p.m. Central Time. And go for a couple hours, usually end between 11 and 11:30. This is the Waterdeep campaign we've been doing for... This has been 19 episodes now, so I guess next week will be episode 20. Yeah, really appreciate it. Yeah, if you like this kind of thing, feel free to tune in and see where the story goes. Like I said, it's every Monday. And then Wednesday, there will not be a podcast this week with my sister. I usually have a Lakes of Minnesota, Hills of Tennessee podcast with my sister on Wednesdays, but we do it bi-weekly, so we did it last week, so now this Wednesday. I'll be doing Words on Stream on Wednesday. Will probably be my next stream. And then Pesky Peeves will be doing Jackbox. She'll be doing Jackbox games every Tuesday. She does that every Tuesday, excuse me. So tomorrow, that's what she'll be doing around 7:30 Central Time, I believe. So feel free to hop in and check that out. Yeah, that's what the week looks like for now. Thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for the biddies, Pesky. Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and raid out. If you guys could hang out a little while longer and spread some love to my friend Toxic if he's still alive. We're gonna raid out to him. He's an Australian streamer, and he's a good friend of the stream. If you want to know when we're live outside of our schedules, make sure to join the Discord, which is this one. If it works, it didn't work. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Make sure to join Discord. That's where we post when we're going to be live, when we're not scheduled. And have a good night. Hang out and say hi to my friend Toxic. There's some raid commands you can use if they work, but I don't think my commands are working. So we'll just say, "Ship, I'm ending." You picked the worst time, man. We'll just use these raid commands because they're universal, and my raid commands aren't working. So go ahead and send that message when you go in there and say hi to him. I know, Ship. I know it's bad timing. Thank you so much for popping in at the end here, though. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the hugs for Pesky. But yeah, all right, that's it. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Rings. If there's any catastrophic methane explosions in the near future,